the excitement of the teachers, the energy of the children and their excitement to learn, the kindness, the culture here is really special, and they create loving and caring learning environments that make learning fun for everyone. Not just learn it out of a book, but also have a visual, hands-on experience. We even had an inflatable whale about the size of our gym, and the amazing looks on their face when they walked into the gym and saw how huge this whale would be if it was actually right there in our gym.
I get to wake up every day excited for work, a chance to inspire these kids, help them grow, and it's just, it's magical. It's that light bulb they get. It's the best feeling in the world.
We are a giant family here in Smithfield. Community means a lot to us,
and there's programs throughout the year that really bring the community, the families together, the children for night activities during the day that really make it feel like a whole community here.
I feel, especially like in the past few years, our community has really come together to support education. They realize how imperative it is that we get it right, and we're committed to do so.
This place is really like a second home for me, all the teachers, all the kids, and it's such a safe, welcoming environment, top to bottom. Amazing support from administration, every teacher, every lunch aide, custodians, everybody. It's a huge team effort. It takes a village.
We're very excited.
It's fabulous. And also very fabulous. They've done a wonderful job. I do have one question though. I see you have the high school and the elementary school. Is there eventually going to be one for the middle
Next
school?
year, I'd like to do something with the middle school. But right now, this year was obviously high school because of school choice and so on. And the elementary also because of charters in the area. And so again, we have such a great place to start kids off and a great place to finish kids and start their career. So it's just this remarkable continuum that we offer here in Smithfield.
Was there ever like, did you guys ever consider parents in the video or just
We had a lot of plans and a lot of different interviews and ideas, and it was just, it's a matter of timing and trying to get everything together and polish them out. So what I will say is that I did meet with one of the communication journalism design classes today, the students who are doing Wicked Good News, and I met with them this week, and I went over with them the marketing plan. I showed the videos, I showed our consumables, and I challenged them and I asked them to get involved and to become part of this process, because honestly, as much as we like the work that was done by the PR firm, we want our students to be able to be creating content. And in fact, they started creating some videos that we can also use. So it's going to be a nice connection between the start we have right now and where the students can pick up and add to it.
Excuse me, I came to be here for good and welfare, but it took me 22 minutes to get out of my tree. And I'm just finishing as I came in. And, okay, I'm Sarah, I'm 16 something, in case you don't know. Last week we had a planning board meeting. You were here.
Yes.
And there was a mix-up, and they had to call a janitor in because, but let me tell you, by the time I got to the high school, teachers did it. I came all the way back, parked my car. I don't know if she flew or what happened, but there was a janitor here. We had a little trouble, and I didn't want to hurt her. I wanted to make sure she was going. I was going. She takes her car out. My car wouldn't stop. It took 3.5 hours before AAA came, and this woman, wouldn't leave me alone. Just wouldn't. And it was the greatest hours of our life because we're both widows. We're both concerned about the school system, and it was a camaraderie that was for a time. And that night, because I couldn't sleep after 3.5 hours of the meeting, I decided to to purge Ross. And when I did, I came upon a agenda that I had attended a unsung hero given by the kind of government chair. Let me see it. It's not, okay, chair is close, right? And I want to share this with you. I shall pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. On Friday, I came down to tell, I always call them, Carol, what's the name of the boss? I call them the Supreme Allied Commander. What is it?
Mississippi, Alan.
Mississippi. I always have nicknames for them. And I told him what she did. And then he offered to have her show me the improvements. And I don't know, you weren't there when I saw the addition. I was crying because it was just so inspiring. And the improvements that man has put forth and the way he's rallied people that work for him, it's unbelievable. And as I saw the new labs, which some people said we didn't need, it was, of course I cried again. I said, this is for our kids. This is what they deserve. And we have to do this. It's not a choice. And when money's like this must be spent, even if I'm never elected again, I will be there. Not really. But we went to the school, they're painting, freshening up. It was like a new place. My children graduated, class of 86 and 96. I have grandchildren that have started and come through here. And the experience that they've got and what I've seen, and being a teacher, you know how teachers can be critical. All I can say, the people at this middle school, again, they had and I remember all these affairs they had. The teachers did a really job. And of course, my great, why are you crying now, grandmother? Because I'm happy. You cry when you're happy too. Don't bother me, this type of thing. So tonight, I felt that school's a community, and our support staff and our custodians, what they've been doing, and the heart that they have. When I was moving out of here, they'd see me with, wait, Mrs. Lauer, you shouldn't be trying to throw that onto your truck. They were there. They never tried to get out of doing things. They offered to do things. And we have meetings. The middle school people are just wonderful. Any assistance they can be, any help, they are. And you have to hear this. And let me tell you, I don't think they get paid enough. And I'm tired, trust me. They do an outstanding job. They're very professional. And as a taxpayer, I think I'm getting the bang for my buck. But this lady, I couldn't get her to leave. And I felt she should be recognized. You're talking 10, what was it, about 1:15 by the time we got out of here? And guess what? My car works well. It still doesn't start. I have to take the truck. It's not the bad. So I have something to do. And when we weren't widows, we either usually got flowers because they loved us or because they were in trouble. You are neither, my friend. Please come up here and be recognized. We are women and we are comrades. And from the bottom of my heart, the love you showed me that night and what we shared, I thank you. And we're not just boats passing in the night. I hope you realize that. And I hope you realize what you have there. And all too often, you hear the critical parts. And that has to change. So I thank you. And let me tell you, I was afraid to follow me home at my age. Don't think I'm a pro. Don't worry, I'm getting one of those buttons. I decided after this. I ordered it. My kids are ecstatic. I told you the next year's Christmas present, everything I have to pay. I don't know how the status is going to be then. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are very lucky to have this staff. And I know, as I spoke with he's proud of everyone here. So, this is my unsung hero. And I said, tell her she can come down. I got work to do, you know me. Thank you so much. And the dinner goes along with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, listen.
I hope it's the two of us are going.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
And we'll get a driver because responsible people don't drink and drive and they don't want to be.
I don't drink, so.
Oh, my God. I'll do it for you.
All right. You can have my drink. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Again, I thank you, and for the middle school, my grandchildren are here. They are working. You know, not every kid. They say, oh, let them find themselves, not with a lot of pushing. And the teachers respond. You know, I have to be the grandmother. The daughter has to do the whole thing. Well, now it's text. To keep them up on things, because some kids are, they're good kids, but they're kind of young in their choices sometimes. As far as getting home, everything, get homework, no. Okay, get on, there's something wrong here. And then, I don't care if it stays up till 2, it's gonna get done. So we have to keep, and then I got the other one that gets all his work done one day. So I commend you, I think this is wonderful. And if I could keep you all in the positions that you are, you've worked as an absolutely marvelous team that support one another, and you have always wanted to serve our children, right? So I thank you for letting me say this.
Thank you.
And let's go back to
Thank you, Councilman. Superintendent?
The best thing I got out of that, Claire, is Supreme Allied Commander. I'm gonna use that
well, I
Allied
hope,
now.
yes, and I say, you know, well, you know, for about the first 10 years, I went to private school, you never told anybody the first thing.
Mhm.
It was almost let's say Mr. Carnival.
Sure.
You never did it. And for so long, I never knew it was his first name. Who's that? Mr. Carnival. What's the first name? I don't know. Then I started giving nicknames.
Mhm.
Now, Mr. Carnival was in my class. The twins, one of the twins was in my class. I see these students. And guess what? What they were then, they followed through. And Michael Carnival, Mr. Carnival, got an award. And when he was working in daycare, whatever he did, when he was subbing, he was a Pied Piper.
Yeah.
The kids followed him, they loved him. And I'm so glad that he got a full-time position. Because we should have more men in Lowell Elementary. They need this, they really do. So maybe this will catch on, and we will get more men into the teaching.
Thank you.
Now, let's see if I can get back into my street.
So for the facilities update, I have just a little slideshow. So just because we have the addition at NSES and the science lab doesn't mean that the renovations are ended. As Mrs. O'Hara, pointed out, she got a tour and saw some of the work being done. The night of the open house with the renovated science labs, this is Mrs. Nelson's room. It did not have the new furniture in it. That's what the new furniture looks like. So there were some temporary tables in there, and it was too bad because I know Alan and the staff really wanted to have that new furniture, but it was just slightly delayed, but that's what it looks like. Now, This was one of the classrooms last week. Actually, there are three classrooms. They were the old science labs that are being retrofitted back into a regular classroom. This is what the 3 rooms looked like last week. This is today. All right, so in what's been happening in the rooms is new ceiling tiles, new high-efficiency LED lighting. The univents along the back and around the window frames have all been painted that sort of bronzy color. And the walls painted and a new floor put in. The old floor was just so far beyond that it wasn't worth keeping. So, and just to show you attention to detail, this is a storage closet in between those rooms that were being renovated. And so what our guys did, they emptied it out. That's not a new floor, but actually that is a new floor. But it's been painted and just renovated. So even the closets are getting their share of love. Now, this is the tech ed room. What I want to show here is the lights across the top. Those are brand new high efficiency LED lighting. So they use far less energy than the old fluorescents, and they are much, much brighter. This is the chorus room. And this room, this was a picture taken Wednesday of last week. Walls painted, floors painted, and acoustic tiles were put into the hanging along the roof there, along the ceiling line, and the new lighting went in as well. This is a room behind the boys' locker room. What it's being converted into is a weight room. All right? Mark Labas here at the middle school. We're going to have 2 fitness rooms now. All right? Mark Labas here has connections over at Bryant, and we got a sizable donation of athletic equipment. All right? Too much to fit in the high school as it is right now. So, this room here, and you can see our guys have gone in and they started painting all the vents, and they're painted the walls. There's a rubber floor is going to be laid down below. It will be sealed off from the boys' locker room, so it will be co-educational. And the weight room is going to be down here, and where the current weight room is upstairs, that's being converted into a cardio room. All right, so really nice facilities for our athletes. Now, this is at NSES. One of the things that the maintenance staff is doing, they're also going through NSES room by room and updating it. So this room here, what we're seeing, this is on the green corridor. So the interior wall is the green. The door frames have the green, so it's going to keep that green going through. There was some weird concrete partition thing here that they removed just to open up the room. What's not in here yet, and we'll be going in over the summer, all of the classrooms will be getting new ceiling tiles and new lighting, along with the paint, which is going to brighten things up and tie it into the look of the rest of the school. Now, this room here is over in the orange wing, all right, and it's being renovated to look like our new addition rooms. So the other thing that we're budgeting for is to start updating the furniture, because, so for example, the new addition, the 4th grade addition at NSES, is these amazing mobile shelf units. We want to get more into the other classrooms because they're just so functional and just marvelous pieces of furniture. So, from the facility standpoint, we keep marching forward making the renovations. The RFP for the locker room renovations will be going out in about a week, either this week or next week. And we're rolling down into the final accounting and bond certification of the science labs and the other projects that we're working on, that we're wrapping up. So things are moving along rapidly. not just with the contracted help, but with Dave and Ed and John and Kevin and Alan, doing this work in-house.